Hey there, folks. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about MGTOW, the MGTOW community, something that's come to my attention a little more recently. And I just wanted to discuss it. You know, we're always talking about big concepts, the process, the permanent winning procedure. I talk about it every time. Arm, train, educate, organize, and unionize workers, tenants, and students in every single country, so that you can move on institutions, right? I say workers and tenants and students because those are the broadest sections and deepest layers of humanity, and those spaces are where they reside, right? So if you organize those people in those spaces, it's going to be very easy to take over institutions, especially if they're militant. So we talk about that stuff all the time, but I've been going down some other rabbit holes. Like the black pill rabbit hole and the red pill stuff. Those guys are actually, believe it or not, that's the blue pill community. I don't know if a lot of people understand the matrix. The guys who say they took the red pill are just another shade of the blue pill community. They're pretending that they're the red pill community, okay? So the actual blue pill community, the people that call themselves that, they did take the blue pill, okay? And then the guys who say they took the red pill, they actually took just another blue pill. It's very interesting. They don't understand the matrix. They're not getting it, okay? And look, believe it or not, the black pillars are nothing like you hear in the media, and nothing like you hear in the media. And they definitely are the closest to taking a red pill. They have some fallacious beliefs, and I'll get into those, but they're definitely the closest to taking the red pill now. They would tell the MGTOW community, the Sigma community, a lot of these people are calling themselves Sigmas, insane. Okay, talk about delusional. They would tell them, look, you are coping. That's just a cope. MGTOW is just a cope. Okay? In a certain space, certain people would literally call it a coping mechanism. In certain clinical spaces, they would call this a coping mechanism. Back in the day, the layman, the guy like me, the blue-collar guy, the working-class guy, we would say something like, yeah, MGTOW, you know, you're at the bar with the guy, he's telling you about it, and, you know, he steps away, your friend asks you what the hell's going on. You'd say, it seems like he's buying his own bullshit. We got to do the best we can to save our boy, but it seems like he's kind of buying his own bullshit. He's buying his own merchandise. Right? He's in the business for himself. So it's not a great situation to be in, right? When you are coping like that. It's very hard to remain moored to reality. You become a little more listless. You become a little more aimless. Do you understand? So we got to kind of get it across to these dudes that this isn't a men going their own way situation. This is a men being sent their own way situation. They've been very unsuccessful with women, and they are getting sent their own way. They are not the prize. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Okay, and the sooner you get this across to them, the sooner they can start improving themselves and improving their lives. You know, forget about the, you know, whether you need a woman in your life or whatever freaking baloney. Okay, just improving your life, yourself, and your life in general. Improve yourself, your family, your community, your republic. Exactly. Okay. Now, if I could put this one more way that may get it across to people that still aren't quite getting it, this is the dating world version of you can't fire me, I quit. Look, that's not going to work for me, brother. That's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for them. That's not going to work for anybody. The you can't fire me, I quit sort of attitude doesn't work because you were just fired already. It's like you were sent your own way. You were sent packing. You didn't decide to go your own way. Okay? You gotta get past this emotional hang-up you're having so that you can have a more intellectual analysis of the situation you find yourself in. And look, I don't want to pile on, there is a loneliness epidemic in this country. It's not just men. It's boys and girls and women, and yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. Not, and look, not everyone takes so much joy in their solitude like me. Right? So much stuff that, look, you got to understand, man. If you knew me, you would if you know me, you already do understand. Okay, why I am the way I am, and why my solitude is a great strength for me. Okay, it has really leveled me up in many ways, at many different points in my life. And look, I'm still lucky. I got a bunch of friends. I got friends from all the way back in elementary school, middle school, high school, college. I have friends from every stage of life still to this day. So you can still make friends and have, your solitude and all this stuff and not be, look, you can do it all. You can have it all. But you got to live in reality. You can't make up a fairy tale for yourself, folklore. that's actually more what's going on right now. It's become folklore. Can't have it. Guys, I'm going to leave it at that. You know what's up.